I'm sitting here in this gorgeous Airbnb and I just wrapped up my very first one-day retreat of 2022. And I wanted to share with you how magical these retreats are, as well as how I came up with doing these retreats and why I chose for this concept.
Welcome to the Astrology as a Strategy podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Panasi. I'm on a mission to help you amplify your influence so you can free up time to spend with your family while increasing your revenue. I'm an astrologer, business mentor, an adventure seeker, and a proud mama of 3 kids. Think of this podcast as your shortcut to more joy and ease in your business. Running your business is joyful, and when you're not having fun, you haven't cracked the code yet, but that's about to change. I share practical and short tools how to use astrology in your business and life. So let's get started on using your energy strategically to make a bigger impact, have more free time, and grow your wealth.
When I first came up with the idea to have a full day with my clients, I called them simply VIP days because that's what every business owner does. But I felt there was so much more than calling it a VIP day. And the reason why I started calling them one-day retreats is because I take you on a retreat to yourself in one day. One of the things that my client said today is, you gave me so much confirmation of things that I already knew. But sometimes it's so hard to trust our instinct, to trust our intuition, because we're told that we cannot. And during a day like this, we smash those. Just like take those beliefs and we smash them. Because they don't serve you. They don't serve your business. And it's not helpful to keep those limiting beliefs intact. When I started to envision having a full day with my client, I couldn't even dream of how magical they truly would become. I just really wanted a whole day with my clients to have a conversation. One of the reasons why I don't do written astrological reports is for the simple reason that I want to have a conversation. I want to be in dialogue with you. Because what happens if we are in a conversation, so much richness comes up. Like if I just write down what I see in your chart, it'll be very flat. It'll be very one-directional. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to hear your experience. Like today, we had a conversation. I literally had written down in my notes something that happened or initiated 10 to 14 years ago. 14 years ago, she was living in the UK and decided that she was going to buy a house with her husband in Italy. I mean, that's not a coincidence that comes up. It's not a coincidence that I wrote that down. But I needed to have that conversation with her to really learn about the underlying messages. What made her decide to move? What happened there? What is the pathway? What was the journey? That gives me more insight in knowing where to steer towards. And that is something that I couldn't have even imagined when I started creating these one-day retreats. Up until that point, I just did 90-minute sessions with clients. Some people came back every 6 months, some people every year, and some people just had one session, and that was it. But for me, it really felt like I was giving you all of the equipment to build a parachute. And I will put you on the ledge of a cliff. And then I would push you and say, on your way down, fix the parachute. That's really what it felt like. I felt like I had given my clients all of the information they needed, but not the tools to implement them. A big chunk of today was spent on integrating all of the information that she received. It was integrating the downloads, the insights. Because it's fantastic if you learn more about yourself. It's amazing that you learn how to access a deeper part of yourself, how to, it's not even discover, it is opening yourself up to it, which is fantastic. But how does that practically work? How does that integrate into your business? How are you going to move forward this next year? We discussed the next 12 months, but what does that look like then? What practical things can you do? It's easy for me to tell them about all the planetary things that are happening, all the shifts and the focuses that are happening, but we need to make it practical together. I need to hear what their method of working is. I need to hear what their rhythm is, their rituals. Because every person is so unique. And I want to make sure that my client walks away with knowing this is exactly what I need. I know from now on, moving forward, how to do this. One of the things she mentioned is she has the courage to trust that things will work out. Now, I don't think I speak for myself that the past 2 years have shown a lot of unexpected twists and turns. And to be honest, we're not out of the woods yet this year. So if you want to feel grounded, connected in your purpose, in your journey, in your path, then having the faith and the trust that things will work out just fine. That doesn't mean that there won't be any breakdowns, because I did tell her a few things that scared her a little bit. Not that I predicted any shocking or dangerous things were ahead of her, but there are going to be a few moments in the year where the energy is going to be turned up and she's going to be asked to step up and really step into that role of an expert. And to be frankly, that scared her a little bit. But we also talked about how she could do it, what she needs to look forward. And because every single chart is so unique, the way that she does it is very different from other people. And that's also why I'm so passionate about what I do and get really excited, because it's just so unique and so different. And I love hearing more about people's lives, about their stories, what motivates them, what drives them. And then the beauty is bringing that all together with the astrology, with things that they are experiencing, and then bringing that together in this beautiful, glorious day. The reason why I call this a retreat and not simply a VIP day is because I want my clients to feel absolutely wonderfully taken care of. Today's retreat was actually virtual, and still I am in a Airbnb. And the reason for that is, if I want to be able to show up the fullest for my clients, I want to be in a space where I can relax. Just right now, when I was recording this podcast, the hostess of this Airbnb came in and she gave me some dates and some nuts, and she had already brought me fruit. She made me lunch. She also made this pastry this morning, fresh out of the oven. And this is why I do this. Because I want my client to feel taken care of. And in order for me to hold the space for my client, I need to be able to feel taken care of. So I sit in this beautiful, cute Airbnb. If you want to see more, hop over to my Instagram, Patricia Panassi, and you can see how beautiful this Airbnb looks like. I have a fireplace going, so my feet are warm, and I can just relax. I can come here, because I've came here many times before. I can just come here, open my laptop, and that's it. Then I'm ready for the day, because I prepared everything already. I just need to open my laptop, my notebook, and I'm done. And that also contributes to the fact that this really is a retreat. Whether my client stays at home or they also check into a hotel or an Airbnb, I want them to feel like it is all about them today. Nothing else matters, just them. Fully focus on them. And that really gives me energy to see them light up, to see them enthusiastic about recognizing themselves and understanding themselves, even on a deeper level. One thing that really struck me that she said, I have somebody by my side. And how often in business do we feel alone? We can talk about what we feel. We can talk about things we were experiencing. But she said, you were able to take a look inside of me, what was going on, and gave words to things that I couldn't yet grasp myself. And that actually made me emotional. Call me a softie, I don't care. But the fact that she said, I feel like I have somebody beside me now. Somebody who understands me, somebody who understands my thought processes, how I feel, how I experience things. Don't we all want that? Don't we all want to be seen, heard, and understood? And that is something that astrology can do very easily. It's not like I have any magical powers. Most of what I do is really just calculations, cross-referencing things. And then my intuition comes in, especially through the conversations that we have on a day like this. The going back and forth, hearing her experiencing, hearing what she has been through, hearing how she sees the world, how she sees herself. And through the conversations that we have, it's really magical. I know it's hard to put words to it, but it's really, really magical. I can't really explain it. It just is. So if you want to experience this magic for yourself, either right here in this Airbnb, if you live in the Netherlands, or if you don't mind traveling, or one that is virtual, and what I just experienced, it is just as magical, you can send me an email at hello@patriciapanassi.com, or check the show notes because there is a direct link to book your call to see if this one-day retreat is a fit for you right now. I do have other options, so please feel free to reach out because I'd love to explore that with you. Because my mission is that everybody will understand themselves so much better this year and understanding what is ahead of them and going into this year with courage and confidence.